Well, the Nebraska football team continues to pick up commitments here for this class of 2017 at a rapid pace. Hi, this is Sean Callahan with Nate Klaus for HuskerOnline.com. And Nate, Nebraska picks up a 4-star linebacker commitment out of Delaware, Avery Roberts. This is a guy that was here a year ago at the Red-White Spring Game. I think one that when you would talk about it like, oh, he's a kind of a Penn State lock. Well, Nebraska beats Penn State head-to-head for a 4-star really in their own backyard.
Yeah, pulling a guy like Avery Roberts out of the East Coast is something you don't see the Nebraska Cornhuskers do all that often, but I think you have to credit Trent Bray with the way that he was recruiting Avery Roberts. He's one of the first linebackers Bray offered when he was hired at Nebraska, and developed a tremendous relationship with him throughout the process, and today it comes to fruition that the Huskers land him over Penn State.
Well, what do you like about him? What kind of linebacker do you see him? Is he more an inside guy, an outside guy? Does he have the ability to play both?
I think he's got the ability to play across the board, and I think that's what Nebraska likes about him. He's an athletic kid. He can run sideline to sideline. He's an effective blitzer, very, very athletic and instinctual player. And he's not the biggest kid at 6'1", 215 pounds, but I think that what we've seen is the trend is that Nebraska likes to target athleticism over size right now.
Avery Roberts is a really athletic outside linebacker, a weak side guy that is very good in space. He's got a lot of quick twitch to him. Means his reflexes are excellent, can change direction in a hurry. I think he's going to be a good guy in coverage as well. He's not the longest kid in the world, and he does need to add some size and strength to take on blockers, but he can get skinny, he can come off the edge, and he takes direct routes to the football. What I really like about him is that you can put him out in space, whether it's tracking down the run to the outside or even lining up against a slot receiver at times or covering a tight end. He can do all of that stuff. So he's a guy who's as adept moving forward as he is moving backwards. Sort of a Darren Lee type. I can see him being utilized in the Nebraska defense as a Darren Lee type at the next level. And again, a great get for them overall, because this is a kid that I think is going to make them quicker and more athletic on defense.
Nebraska now, Nate, with 3 commits from a Thursday to a Thursday. It started with Austin Allen out of Aurora, then Brandon Hymus, an offensive tackle out of Texas, and then Avery Roberts here. I mean, break down just this run of commits Nebraska's gotten here over a 7-day period.
Well, starting with Austin Allen, landing the top guy in the state, arguably the only in-state prospect Nebraska's offered, is nice for the Huskers because you don't want to see that recruiting process drag on for those in-state guys like we've kind of seen in the past. So locking up Austin Allen at a position of need, 6'8", 230-pound prospect who creates tremendous mismatch is nice. And then Brandon Hymus, obviously offensive tackle is a huge position of need for the Huskers, and a 6'6", 260-pound prospect that could play left or right tackle out of a powerhouse high school in Lake Travis High School in Austin, Texas is nice for Mike Cavanaugh there. And he's a guy that could play all across the board, but I think they really value his athleticism and his edge that he plays with for sure.
Well, Avery Roberts gives Nebraska another 4-star commitment, this time though from the East Coast out of Delaware. Make sure you stay on HuskerOnline.com as we'll have more analysis and breakdowns of this commitment and what it means here for Nebraska.